Welcome to the Value Telling Podcast, where we talk to some amazing people about all aspects of their persuasive process and decision winning. We cover off what value telling content really is and why it plays an essential role in winning decisions, like securing that dream job, getting that buy-in from that hard to please client, winning a place on that PSL after a tough tender process, and so much more. At the heart of the podcast is celebrating all the great things people do to understand and deliver a high persuasive performance and what it really means. I'm Matt Trainer, and I'm delighted to spend a few moments with some amazing people. I'm not a guru, but I'm an experienced business leader, and I've worked in, led and advised hundreds of companies and thousands of people over the last 20 years. I've picked up a thing or two along the way. I've seen the good, the bad and the ugly, and I'm ready to share. If you value some thought-provoking culture, insightful science, inspirational snippets on all things decision winning, you're in the right place.
You said earlier that one of the key differentiators within your business is your expertise, whether that's your expertise or that as a collective of your business. How do you demonstrate that to clients?
It's a good one, really. I think because I've been doing this so long, and this is probably a slight misgiving of mine, I know I've got enough credit and stories in the bank to go and, I know him or I know them or I've worked with them previously, and I can go and probably convince or persuade someone to give me a shout or listen to me because I've been doing it so long, and I've got, like I said, I'm connected, I've got evidence, and it's quite natural to me. For new people, it's not. Because when you're a consultant, as much as you're part of a business, part of a team, you still have to build your own brand. And I think, it's really important, something I really encourage with the guys is to evidence everything. So you have a win with a good legal firm, get a testimonial, get a case study put together, go and talk to other legal firms about that to build credibility in that vertical market, or etc. etc. When you're first starting out, and I wish I'd cottoned onto it a little bit, at the start of my career. Thankfully, like I said, I got away with it because I was probably quite good at it. But I think for people that are really starting out in the industry, in a really competitive industry, the more evidence you've got, the better and more credible you're gonna seem, and that gives you the door opening to go in and then actually build that trust, earn that value, and get them to value you. But you need a way to crank open that door a little bit, just to get 5 or 10 minutes for someone to listen to you, and often that is the evidence you can produce, the hard copy evidence, the story you can tell.
Right, and you quite neatly said that perhaps you cottoned on in your earlier years. Can you cast your mind back to a situation where now you're looking back at it as a more of a mature, accomplished business leader, and you think, I should have really caught that. That was a real missed opportunity, and that would have made my life a hell of a lot easier. Have you got any stories like that?
Plenty. I mean, I was introduced to something called vertical marketing, but like I said, I was 4 years in, I think 4 or 5 years in, when I started to really hammer this home. But I spent years working with a really large legal firm in the city centre, doing all their recruitment, really successful, had a really good placement ratio. The director absolutely adored me, it was going really well. And then I just worked with them for about a year and a half, and I thought, why don't you just try and speak to a few other legal firms, or use the evidence what you've got to try and. Okay, fine. So I went and got this nicely printed out, like a nice PDF document with what the director was saying about me, my placement ratios. This just cool little one-pager. Went and spoke to a load of the legal firms, and there's loads in Birmingham. Just sent that across and just had a look at that. Before you know it, I was working with like 8 or 9 of them, and I was like owning interim recruitment in the legal sector overnight, pretty much. But I was at least talking to them, and then once I've talking to them, because I'm experienced, I knew what I was doing. I was getting wow, what did that look 18 months ago? So and then I did the same for property. So and it's still to this day in our business, we're really good in them sectors because of that small adjustment of actually evidence it, go and use it in a vertical market and see what happens. And like I said, it just literally exploded, and we use that model for everything now. You place in manufacturing, get your case study, get your evidence, take that to some of the manufacturing firms, tell them about what's just happened, and let's see what they do. And invariably they will give you the opportunity to talk to them.
So when you look at your business now, it's great that you guys have this culture of capturing loads of social proof and then in turn developing it into case studies. Do you look at your business now and can you see any missed opportunities where there is some good stuff that's going on, but perhaps you're not capturing it as well or maximizing it as well as you would like?
Yeah, daily. Yeah, I think especially with new people, and by the nature of who we hire, you hire trainees. They don't really understand what a win is, really at the start. They only see placement revenue, but they don't understand what wins are. Just sometimes getting someone to talk to you or getting a job on with a certain business. So yeah, I think we don't get them to shout about that enough. We'll give them a platform to do so. It's only when it's really obvious you go like, oh, that was great. You have made a placement here. But there's so much more placements. You make, a handful of placements a month, but you spend hours upon hours working to that point. But people don't acknowledge that bit. They only acknowledge the end result. And as great as the end result is, and as much as you can point at that, there's a lot of things that go into it before that, and people just don't acknowledge it or don't evidence it. And I think finding a better way to understand not only the journey you've been on, but for the business to understand the journey you've been on, so we can all share in that, would be helpful.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. I spoke to a couple of people recently. I had a very similar view that, their business captures the wins and the successes, but actually there's a lot of wins and successes in the process that they should do more of. It's great for lessons learned. And like you just quite rightly said, it's great to share, to say, this is what success looks like. If you do this, this is a trodden path and it works. So yeah, great words.
There are lots of cool things happening in your company every day. As a leader, it's hard to keep track of the great things that happen, and remote work doesn't make it easier. Capturing and using this information, that we call value-telling content, is important, as it is needed to make a compelling bid, a sales pitch, deliver a performance review, and so much more. Blu-J can help supercharge your persuasive power by creating content that converts. Our platform works like a logbook that records the important stuff. Our powerful search makes it quick and easy to find what you need. Win more decisions with Blu-J. Book a call on our website and get a guided tour of what we do.